with an opening statement, and then we'll open up for questions. Appreciate your time.
Yeah, no, a great win. I mean, Ryan Cusick, I mean, you can't pitch a whole lot better than that. Just super impressed, coming out of, missed a start and, missed 2 starts came out of it, and to pitch like that in a big Friday game where we needed a win was super impressive. He was just a warrior all night. He kept coming after him with his fastball. He was landing his curveball a lot better today than he had pre the pause, and just super impressed with him. Can't pitch any better than that. I thought our bullpen obviously did a great job. I mean, Hunter, he got the 2 hits he gave up. He got ahead of both those guys 0-2 and just kind of made, freshman pitches. But he threw the ball well. He threw the ball in the strike zone, ended up, in the next at bat, gets in a 1-2 count and kind of throws one to the screen. And, maybe that next pitch is a double play and they don't score. Again, if he just executes a couple of pitches with 2 strikes, his outing goes a lot differently. But really happy with Cam Manassi. Comes into a big situation, gets us 5 outs to keep the game where it is. Really happy with our offense. We did just enough, obviously Herter, their starter's really good and is going to be a high draft pick himself. So we knew offense would be tough to come by, and we did just enough offensively. And I think the difference today was, we were willing to walk. We had some big walks in big situations and kind of were able to put together just enough innings to win a ball game.
Tom, on Tuesday, you said that wasn't quite as close to clicking at full gear or something like that than you'd seen. Is it getting closer with a game like this and holding an offense like that to whatever it was, like maybe 3 or 4 hits?
Yeah, I think it's getting closer for sure. We still got some, holes in the lineup, some guys that aren't quite, swinging up to their potential. So looking forward to kind of getting our offense. It was good to see Pierce Bennett have a good day today, at the top of the lineup. That obviously made a big difference, in the ball game, and Brock and Bobby, were able to come through in big situations for us. So, I thought all in all, I thought 2/3 of our lineup did a pretty good job today. And, hopefully we'll get the other third of the lineup clicking here soon.
Did you kind of tell Ryan to unload the tank in the 6th inning? Did he know that was his final inning?
Absolutely. And again, I wasn't going to let him go much more. I think he ended up maybe throwing 106 pitches or so. And really, if he doesn't get that last guy, probably go to somebody there anyway. I didn't want him to go a whole lot more than that. That was kind of right on the edge. And he did what gamers do. He kind of clicked it up there in the 6th inning. He smelled the finish line, and he got us in the dugout, 3 up, 3 down. Super, super impressive.
How much did he bug you in the last week about not being able to pitch last weekend?
Well, yeah, it was one of those things where, we felt like, if a couple of things had broken a little differently, we might've had him Sunday at Miami, but unfortunately it didn't go our way on that. But he's been chomping at the bit for sure. I know it was a long 2 weeks for that guy, being the competitor that he is.
Can you get a sense one way or the other, either before the game or in the 1st inning, whether he's too amped up or if he's going to come out and pitch like he missed it for whatever? I think he hadn't pitched in about 3 weeks, right? Because of the pause.
Yeah, well, 2, I guess, missed the what would have been the BC series, and then the he pitched against Notre Dame, so missed the BC series, what would have been the BC series, and then the Miami series. But yeah, I think the first hitter of the game was the story. Waddell fouled off a couple really tough pitches, and I think there's a time in Ryan Cusick's career where that would have led to a walk and put him in the stretch in the 1st inning, and maybe ran his pitch count up, and things would have, been a lot different. But the, Ryan today, and the Ryan we've seen, coming for a while now, he found a way to gut it out and get that first hitter of the game out. And I thought that set the tone for the day.
Tom, you talked about taking big walks, and I know that bases loaded walks aren't very glamorous, but they score runs. So what were your thoughts on the 2 at-bats by Shane Munz to get those runs across?
Really happy with those at-bats, because again, there were some pitches that were just down, that were change-ups in the first at-bat and breaking balls in the second at-bat. And we've seen, in the early part of the season, Shane chase some of those pitches and And he was willing to walk. It was a team at bat, and really proud of Shane in that situation because again, a less mature Shane Muntz probably that at bat probably ends differently. And again, it's a much different game. It's much different if it's 3-2 or 4-2. Headed into the ninth inning as opposed to 6-2.
Thoughts on Parker Pilot at shortstop tonight?
Yeah, I thought he was solid. Again, made a really good play on that fly, that pop up to left. It was a great play and to keep that in his glove. And, I think 3 for 3 on ground balls, had a big at bat, to get a sac fly, hit that ball really well. On a different day, that might be a double or a homer. I mean, I thought he hit that ball on the screws. So, and he got a sac bunt down. So, sac fly, sac bunt, 3 for 3 on ground balls and made a great play on a pop up. I mean, that's about as good as we can hope. And I was proud of Park today.
You probably stick with Brock in the 3-hole until you're given a reason not to.
Yeah, I think, yeah. I mean, I'd say that's right. I mean, again, especially if Shane's going to swing it well in the 5-hole, the one thing you worry about, with Brock in the 3 and Bobby in the 4 is if we don't have somebody in the 5-hole swinging it well, then, you can pitch around those guys. But when Muncie's swinging it well and going good, that just lengthens the lineup and forces you to pitch to Bob and to Brock in big situations, which is what we need. So, still searching for that 2 guy, probably, maybe take a look at Chris Lanzilli there tomorrow and, see if we can get him going a little bit. All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Tom.
Thank you, Tom. So Ryan, at the risk of asking a really obvious question, what was working for you today?
Sat down with the coaches on Thursday and know that Georgia Tech's a good hitting team, and we just scouted the hitters and knew what we wanted to do, and we just executed that game plan.
How mad were you that you didn't get to pitch last weekend?
I knew that we had 18 guys that would pick me up, but obviously I wanted to try to get a win in Miami, but I did all I could, controlled what I could control, and got a win tonight.
Ryan, obviously you had pretty good endurance. I mean, you were pumping like 96 to 98 as you went over 100 pitches. I'm assuming Tom told you, Coach Walter told you that was your last inning going into it?
Yes, sir.
And did that let you just go ahead and air it all out at that point?
No, I mean, I'm just going at one batter at a time and one pitch at a time, and I just try to execute the pitches, and I don't really care how hard it is. I just try to execute, and I did that for 100+ pitches tonight.
Did you want to go longer, or were you good with that?
I leave that up to coach. I'm just here to pitch and win, man.
Ryan, this is your first win since 2019?
That's pretty cool. We've had a lot of team wins since then, so that's all that matters.
Do you feel like this team's starting to gel and click a little bit here in the last 2 games?
Yeah, we're rolling and we're not looking back.
Did you guys have a conversation about that as a team, or is it just kind of an understood thing in the locker room?
We just finally have everything clicking, and we're just not going to look back.
What are your thoughts on the guys in the bullpen behind you? It looks like Coach Walter has who he kind of wants in the 7, 8, 9 role. How do you think those guys are doing right now?
Yeah, bullpen is just pitching awesome, and honestly, our whole staff is, which is great to see. That just shows the great work that Coach Hendricks has done, and Evan Wise has done with us. And, we built a family in the pitching staff, and we're really showing everyone in the ACC what we're made of. And, those guys that came in behind me tonight did a great job, and just what they've been doing all season.
Was Walt still calling pitches tonight, or was Coach Hendricks back?
I just got the signs for months, and I just threw what he threw.
Anything else, guys?
Yeah.
Good.
Just how big was this win for you, for the team, Ryan?
It's as big as every other one, and we're going to try to win tomorrow.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Ryan.